Hey crafty people, it's Tasha here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing with the Spellbinders January 2022 card kit of the month. So I've not bought card kit before, but I saw this and fell in love with it, so I had to get it. It's called Truly Madly Deeply. Unfortunately, it's not available anymore as we are no longer in January, but I still wanted to make a video. So I'm going to quickly flip through what you get in the kit, and then I will make 5 cards. So you get 10 A2 cards and envelopes. They're pretty decent quality cards. They're not as thick as I would normally go for, but they are definitely not the thinnest cards that I've ever tried. So you get some little sentiment banner things. You get some gorgeous pattern paper, and that first piece. Oh, yum. That was like, I saw that and that was what made me buy the kit because it's just so beautiful, that one. Oh, so you get some chipboard stickers, 2 little things of those, pages of those. You get some double-sided tape, some cute white holographic-y sequins, some glitter foam sentiments. You get quite a lot of cardstock along with it as well. Some really nice colours. I've not tried Spellbinders cardstock before, but I really liked it. And then you get a sheet of gold mirror cardstock, which, spoiler alert, I adore. You get a stamp set. You get these dies. There really is so much in these kits, guys. It's incredible, really. I made 5 cards and I didn't even begin to really scratch the surface of what you could make with this set. It's just awesome. So I definitely think they are really good value. Really good. Then you get a set of die cuts. Now, there are hundreds. I feel like it's not even an exaggeration. There are so many. So I went through and just chose some that I felt spoke to me the most quickly, and sort of planned what cards I was thinking of making. I did use some of the things that I pulled out first, but not all of them, and I went back and pulled some other bits instead. So I just grabbed a little plastic tub just to put all of the stuff in, just to corral it a little bit, because yeah, there's just loads. So we're going to move to, this is card number 1, really simple and easy. So I cut down a piece of the baby pink cardstock that you get with the kit to be A2 size, and then I trimmed down a piece of the pattern paper to be 5 1/4 by, no, 1/4 of an inch smaller. Why do I always do this? It's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, isn't it? Yeah, so 5 1/4 by 4. That's just dear me. And I used the tape that came with the kit. I wanted to try and use just what was in the kit as much as I could, but I did end up grabbing a few extra little bits just because I just felt I needed to. So vellum, here's one of the extra bits. I just love adding vellum to my cards, and I'm obsessed with torn vellum at the moment. So I tore a strip of the vellum, just because I wanted something just to tone down that background a little bit, and help my focal elements pop off the page. So I'm just going to add it in my usual way to add vellum, which is just to add some tape to the back and fold it over, and that just means that I don't have to worry about hiding the adhesive on the front. I do just press the edges down just to help it lay as flat as it can. Then I chose one of the sentiment die cuts from the set, and then these beautiful flowers, and it's just so pretty. I saw those and straight away that card was made in my mind. It took seconds and I love it. So I did add some of the beautiful sequins from the kit. So there's card number 1. Card number 2, I trimmed down 2 pieces of the cardstock, a piece of the blue cardstock that comes with the kit, and the XOXOXO pattern paper that comes in the kit. I trimmed them down to be mini slimline size, and then I added 2 strips of torn vellum to the lower half and the upper half of the card, basically. Then you get these pieces of foam that it's like there's little squares of foam, but there's loads of excess foam all around it. I'm not going to waste that, but it is thick. I mean, this foam is seriously thick. So these are some very dimensional balloons. So I added 2 of the little hot air balloons that they come in the die cuts for the kit. Oh my goodness. And then I added a little sentiment banner that says, "You raise me up," which I just think is so cute. It says something like that anyway. Something punny about lifting, raising. And then I added some hearts, the foam glittery gold hearts, and a couple of the sequins as well. Again, this was another card that just took seconds. Oh, I did add another little sentiment, but it was just all the die cuts, you know. It makes it so easy to make some cards. Just trim down some of the nice cardstock that you get in the pack and add some of the pretty die cuts and the little embellishments that you get, and you're done. So let's move on to the next card. Now, I say the next card, I made this card twice. So everything that I do for this card, I did twice, because I'm just making it to be little Valentine's cards for my little girls. They're not really little. I say little, but they're not. But they'll always be my babies. But they do argue. So the easiest way was to just make them the exact same. So I cut the die set that comes with it. I cut a blue banner, a gold trim to put across the top of it. I then cut 2 strips of the different pattern paper, and it was when cutting down that pattern paper, the bluey aqua one, that's the same as I used on the first card, and it was only when trimming down that excess bit to go on this card that I realised that it's not polka dots on that thing. They're love hearts, and yeah, I put them upside down on the first card, but they just looked like polka dots. I couldn't tell they were hearts. I think I need to get my glasses checked. But I wasn't going to take apart that first card because it's cute, and I don't think it's that obvious anyway. Nah. So I'm adding the little rainbow die cut. I love that you get 2 of each of the die cuts. Oh my days, train wreck. You get 2 of each of these pieces because, yeah, it makes it really easy to make the same card. But also, this is like therapy moment, guys. I hope it's not just me. I'm sure it's not. When I get these things, I feel like I don't want to use it because then I won't have it anymore. So I find it really difficult to use the die cuts because then I won't have them. But when there's 2 of them, I used it and I was like, yeah, it's fine because there's 2. There's 2 of all the pattern papers. There's 2 of all the die cuts. So yeah, it just makes it much easier. So I did a few of the other little die cuts and I love you. Then I added one of the cute little banner sentiments. Now, there wasn't 2 of the exact same. So one of them says I love you and the other says love you girl. So it's basically the same. Just potluck which one you get, girls. So I added a little butterfly, a little heart. I just think these are really, really cute. And again, they just took moments to put together. Love them. So next up, moving on, I cut a whole panel from that paper that I love the most. And again, like I wouldn't use that normally because I wouldn't want to not have it. But because I had 2, it was all good. Brilliant. So I cut one of the large banners from white cardstock. I cut that trim again from gold. And this time I'm going to put that right at the very top of the banner. And and then there is a smaller banner that fits within that larger one, and then you get 2 different sentiments that you can cut out from inside either of those banners. So I cut the truly, madly, deeply, and I popped that like a pink one on top of a gold, so you can see the gold through, and popped that up on foam tape onto a white and gold larger banner, and then popped that up on more foam tape onto that panel, and I just love it. I just truly, madly, deeply love it. I hope you can tell just how excited I am. Oh, it was so much fun. I got the kit and I just started just creating, and it was wonderful. So I decided I had probably better crack out the stamp set at least once. So I've cut down an A2 panel of that baby pink cardstock, and then I've got that beautiful floral heart, and I'm going to stamp that with some ultra slow embossing ink from Wow, and then I am going to emboss it in, what colour did I do? In platinum, that was it. Yeah, because I've got the superfine platinum, and I wanted to make sure that you're going to see all of those beautiful details on that image. Love it. So once that was nicely heat set, I'm going to grab out my ink blending little mat thing, because I don't want to get ink on my new Ulta New work mat. And I grabbed out some pinks from Pink Fresh Studio, and I'm just going to add some colour around it, starting at the edges, and I'm just going to bring it in. Now I have super sped this up because ink blending takes a while, you know, like this was the longest part of any of these cards, but I just felt like it was worth it, you know. So I added the lightest first, brought that right in, then I added a mid kind of pink, brought that in as well, not quite as far as the lightest though. Then I added some of the darkest pink that I've got just right to the very edges, and then I did just go back through the colours just to make sure that they were nicely blended right in towards that heart, and I really like how that looks. I did decide I wanted just a little bit darker on the edges, but I didn't have another pink in that colour family, so I grabbed out a purple just to add a little bit more depth. And I'm going to be making a whole panel shaker using one of the pieces of packaging from the card kit. I love to do that. So it was exactly A2 size, perfect, and I just slid my panel straight inside it. Now, I was showing you there is a little hole, but it's okay because we're going to cover that up. So I did some of the sequins from the kit, and then I did just add some that I'd got in my stash as well, just so that I'd got a couple of different types. And then I'm going to add some of that double-sided tape to the back and fold over the flap at the top just to fully seal that shaker, and that was so easy to make, and I just love that it just uses the waste. Give it a really good shake to mix all of those together, and it's just really cute. I really love it. So to cover that hole, I'm just going to use some of the die cuts from the set. So I've got here a gold butterfly. She's really cute. Now if you were adding like mini beads or glitter or something, then yeah, this isn't going to cover that hole enough. I wouldn't advise adding that sort of thing, but because I know that hole is smaller than those sequins, it's not a problem. So I added some more die cuts. Unfortunately, I knocked my camera off and didn't catch it all, but they're just literally die cuts that I added on top. So there you go, there's 5 designs, but technically 6 cards because I did make one design twice. And I just love it. Amazing. I've got so much more stuff left. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what you can make with this kit. I love it. So yeah, just brilliant. Brilliant. And I just felt really, really inspired. So there are my 5 cards from one card kit using January 2022's card kit of the month from Spellbinders. Let me know what you think below. Do you get card kits? Have you used them in the past? Let me know your thoughts. I hope that you have a lovely, happy, safe and wonderful week. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Stay crafty. Bye.